Good morning, gentlemen. Protect your image right after the intro. Hey there, guys. Happy Friday to you. I'm so glad to be with you again this week. I hope you had a wonderful week, and I hope that you have an even better weekend. We're talking about image, protecting your image. But before we get into that, let's deal with the fragrance of the week. And the fragrance of the week is this Mont Blanc Explorer. That is Mont Blanc Explorer. And this is a good one, gentlemen. I like this one. This is a good one. And I give you a little story on this one. I didn't even know this existed when I first bought it. Me and my wife were looking for a cologne for myself. She was helping me shop. And this about a couple of years ago, I would say. And we were looking around, and I think we got this from Macy's. I can't remember what store we were in. And the gentleman that was, the salesman there, he put me onto this, and he said, look, I wear this every day. And for his body chemistry, it worked. And I tried it on, and, I tested it. I tried it with the test strip. I tried it on, and I actually liked it. And so I bought it. And I have been pleased with it. Not something that I can wear every day because it's mainly for your winter months, your cooler months rather, fall and winter. So with my body chemistry, I try not to wear this too much, but I do sometimes put it on in your warmer months. But in Florida, I got to be a little careful with this because it has good projection. And one of the good things that it lasts long. Now, some of the notes that it has, it's woody. Mainly woody, very masculine smell to me. It's citrusy. It has that with amber and very aromatic with some musk in there, musk and spice. So something that you might want to pick up for your body chemistry. For that gentleman, the salesman, he could wear it every day. That was his go-to every day. For me, I wear it, on occasion, and it's very good. I wore it, I think, this week, and I live in Florida, so it's hot, and my body's okay with it. I don't put on a whole lot, and it projects well. And so in my what I do for a living, that's good. I'm in corporate, so I white collar work, so it works out really well for me. So go ahead and pick up this if you would. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Mont Blanc Explorer. Okay. All right. Without any further ado, let's get into the topic for today. We're talking about protecting your image, gentlemen. Image, what is that? The way you look, the way you present yourself, the way you talk, the way you walk, that is your image. And your image should be very, very, very important to you. Now, what we're going to deal with specifically today is grooming habits, basically for this: your face, your hair, your beard, your whatever. If you wear a beard, if you're clean, trying to keep all this nice and groomed up really nice. That is important because, gentlemen, your face is the first thing anybody sees. It's your face. They look at you in your face when you're introduced to anybody, whether it's that young woman, a business partner, that your potential business partner or a client. Your face is the first thing they see, and first impressions last. So you want to take care of that. Now, what I found over many, many years is that we don't do that. Now, especially the younger gentlemen that I've been noticing over this generation don't groom themselves. And I was taught growing up, even though we didn't have a lot of money, you got to learn how to groom yourself properly. And then I noticed that even our middle-aged gentlemen don't groom themselves regular either, especially those married guys. And they just let themselves go. And I'm like, wow, why would you do that? Your image is important. That's the best thing that you have to get yourself into any door, is the way you look. And look, people look at the outside. They're not looking at your inside or your intentions or your brain. This is all that they know. This is all that they can see is what you have in front of you, which is what? Your face. Okay. So we got to do something about that. Now, me personally, I generally go to the barbershop every week. Now, recently I haven't been able to go because I had a little minor surgery on the back of my neck to remove something. So I haven't been able to go to my barber on a regular basis, but I should be able to get back soon. But that shouldn't stop you from keeping yourself groomed. I'm still keeping myself groomed. Well, how are you doing that, Mr. R.D. Smith? Well, I have these. These are clippers. And I know you know what these are. You're not dumb, but you know these are clippers. But every gentleman on the face of, well, not in the face of the planet, but in the United States at least, that has a job should have some clippers, okay? This is important. You know, if you can't go to the barbershop every week, you can't afford that, and I get it. It's expensive right now to do pretty much anything. You got to get some of these, gentlemen. Go get some clippers. They're not expensive. And then learn how to groom yourself. I'll give you a little story. When I was younger, of course, I didn't have any money at all, you know, and my mother couldn't afford to take me out to the barbershop every week. So what I did was, you know, bought me some clippers for $15, $10, I think it was back then. And I learned how to cut my own hair. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Well, first I started with my beard. And the first time, you know, I messed it up. But, you know, I got better. Then I went to my hair. And, boy, was that scary. I had a mirror. You know, I'm looking behind myself. And I had my clippers. One pair of clippers to do everything. Line it up, everything. Trim, everything. And I bossed it up. Tried to give myself a little fade and everything. Especially the first years of my marriage. Oh, man, did I mess it up. But you know what? I didn't give up. I had to do something. I couldn't go to work looking all scruffy and looking like I didn't have a place to live. So I continued to work on it, and I got pretty good. Even right now, I'm decent. Now, I'm not a barber by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm still able to take care of my grooming, and that's important. Listen, you shouldn't go out and expect people to think you got some sense if you don't look the part. You have to look. I hate to say that, guys. I know a lot of you guys are. People shouldn't care about what, well, they do. They care about how you look. If you don't think so, go in some place with a hoodie on and then go in some place with a suit on and see how you're treated differently. Whether you're black or white, it doesn't matter. You're going to be treated differently because the way you look and the way you are presenting yourself to society, okay? So it's important. Keep the grooming up at all costs. That's the first thing. Before you go buying a lot of clothes, before you spend a lot of money on that car, before you do any of that type of thing, learn how to groom yourself properly. Now, there's other parts of our body we have to groom. We'll talk about that later in this series. But right now, we're going to deal with your face and your head. You got to get that together. Now, why do we need to do that? Well, if you're going to move, okay, let's deal with this because I work in the corporate world. If you're going to move up, and this is very important, if you're going to move up in the corporate world, gentlemen, those that are in the corporate world, you work in white collar jobs, and even your business owners, guys, it may be a blue collar job, but you're a business owner. If you're going to move up in the world, your image, the way you look is going to be very, very important for that to happen. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. Look at politicians. Look at how they are. Now, I hate to use them, but I'm just going to use them for this study here or this series here. Listen. They always look the part. They're always groomed. If you wouldn't vote for a politician who can't keep his hair cut, he couldn't. Well, I shouldn't say that. People voted for some people, but generally people don't want to vote for people that can't even take care of their hair. How are they going to take care of the business that I need them to take care of? They can't even take care of their hair or their beard or whatever. You know, that's important. If you're looking for new clients and you have a sales position or you have a business and you're looking for clients, you have to have a certain image. People want to trust you that you can do the job and you want to look presentable. So these are things, guys, that we need to do. So listen, one more time. If you don't, or you can't afford to go to the barbershop regularly, and I get it, I understand, like I said before, get you some of these. Come on, go get you some clippers and learn how to cut your own hair. Be self-sufficient, okay? Now, next week, well, I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to talk about next week. You got to come back for that. We're going to have some good stuff. So I was getting ready to tell you, but no, I'm gonna wait and show you that later. This is going to be awesome. But those that are out there that can't get their hair cut, I'm going to reiterate it one more time. Go out there, get you some clippers, learn how to groom yourself, keep your face looking good, keep your hair looking decent or good as best as you can. And I'll see you again on next week.